Hey there, my name is Beck Gee Cohen, and I am a trans person in long-term recovery. I finished watching Real Boy, which was just an amazing documentary, and one of the themes that I saw was about addiction and recovery. And I can remember when Joe relapsed, when they showed the documentary, the feelings that I had inside were just like this, like rock dropping down into my stomach, because I've been there. And so I got this opportunity to kind of share myself with all of you and to give a little bit of experience, strength, and hope to people who may be struggling or who need to find some help, or maybe just want to hear about what it's like to be a person in recovery. So I've been sober since July 11th, 2005. I'm coming up on 12 years sober, and I can tell you that I started drinking when I was around the age of 13 or 14. And the reason why I did that was so that I could hide who I really was. And for me, drinking and drugs were the easiest way out of my reality. And I definitely didn't want to be there. I have a history of trauma. And so, and then also on top of it being queer and being trans. So it was just the easy way out. And it's, it wasn't a normal, everyone's, doing it. It wasn't like a normal, like, let's have a drink. It was like, let's get blacked out and be done with this world. So I struggled for many years doing, hiding who I was and hiding even my addiction. I did really well in school, and I had friends and everything, and no one knew that I was struggling with addiction until they did. So, for me, drinking and using drugs were a way for me to hide. And at one point I didn't want to hide anymore. I didn't want to hide who I was. So I ended up having a friend who was in recovery and was queer, and helped me to find recovery. So what I'd like to say is that I know it's not easy. I know that saying, our culture in general is surrounded with alcohol, especially, and cigarettes, and weed, and it's like it's what everyone's doing. So it can be hard to be a person in recovery. But for me, being able to walk through life sober has been the greatest gift. And I'm not going to say it's been easy, because there are definitely days that I've wanted to drink and use over the last 12 years. But what I knew is that it wasn't going to make anything better. And so today, what I do now is I'm also a clinician, and I also go out and I speak about LGBTQ and recovery, and what does that look like, and I also have a business that helps facilities be better with serving the LGBTQ population in addiction treatment, in mental health treatment. And I also help others, just individually and personally, and families that are struggling with their people being addicted, so or struggling with substance use. So I really want to share that it is possible, and it's not easy, but you don't have to do it alone. I think that is like the number one thing, is that you do not have to do this recovery thing alone. And there are people out there like myself and many others that would gladly help. The LGBT population has substance use rates and addiction rates that are around 20 to 30%, they say, and compared to 9% of the general population. So our community are dying from addiction, and it's very serious. I don't take it lightly. I've lost many friends to substance use, and and we continue to. We're in a crisis right now with opioid addiction and just, addiction in general. So if you need help, there is help. And attached is my website you can go to. You can check it out. I'd gladly help in any way possible. And just know that, one of the things that I kind of has served me well over the last years is that, in recovery is that I gotta hold on. I gotta hold on till tomorrow, because I don't know what's gonna come of it. But I do know what's gonna come of it when I become, when I start to use again. I know what's gonna happen is I'm gonna end up, in jail. I'm gonna end up possibly in an institution. I'm gonna end up wrecking all my relationships. I'm gonna end up dead. And I don't take it lightly. So if you're struggling, reach out. And if you need help, there is help. So just be well and take care of you. And thanks.